Hello Scorpio, welcome to your weekly tarot reading on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of November 27th through December 3rd. Please do like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And that way you won't miss any of the future readings that we do for you, all right? So we're going to see what the message is that's coming through. What is it that Scorpio needs to know for this coming week? What is the energy? What is the message? We've got the Seven of Wands. All right. Well, let's put this into some context, because this could be indicating a couple of things. I think there might be kind of a large obstacle in front of you, and I think the pressure of that obstacle may be manifesting as some sort of physical fatigue, right? Some tiredness, some exhaustion, maybe even some back pain. I find that a lot of the times this Seven of Wands will talk a lot about back pain, and the card even kind of looks like that. It suggests that there's something going on with the spinal column there, and this could be a manifestation of this tremendous pressure that you're under. Okay, but let's put down some more cards. Let's do the rest of our Dove and Serpent spread. And that is going to include a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, whatever you want to call it. We're going to leave that right here. And we're not going to look at that until the very end. And hopefully that will, tie the reading together or give us that confirmation that we're looking for. Okay. So let me just straighten these up. We've got some air over here. We've got some of this fire. We've got a little bit, well, some good water, some good, it seems fairly balanced here. We don't have a lot of major arcana, so I think a lot of what's going on now is stuff that you're going to have to take direct action for, right? It's a lot of energy that's going to depend on your decisions, your choices, the way you respond to the world. Right? Not a lot of major arcana, so there's not a lot of this kind of unavoidable high-intensity energy that is just rushing into your life and leaving you kind of powerless, right? You have a lot of control in this situation, I feel. And especially with the fire cards and where they're placed, I feel like you have a lot of activity, a lot of ambition, a lot of enthusiasm. Now, what we see with this Seven of Wands is also this Queen of Swords. I think that there is, and then we see more swords on the path of the Serpent too. So I think that this week is going to involve some sort of pressure, some sort of demands coming from this air sign person. They could be an older feminine energy, could be an air sign person. If they're not an air sign person, and I know I always say this, you may not know their astrological placement, that's okay. I'm willing to bet that they have a strong air placement somewhere. But I think that they are someone who may come across as fairly demanding, fairly opinionated, fairly insistent, and really is someone who doesn't hesitate to kind of communicate what they expect. You know what I mean? And they may not always do it in the gentlest, nicest, most friendly or harmonious way, right? I feel like they're pretty demanding, and they're just maybe so direct or so blunt that they come across as a little crass or a little abrasive or just a little bit, a little bit mean. Like they could be a little bit nicer with how they communicate, okay? But I feel like they're placing some sort of demands on you, some sort of responsibility, some sort of expectation this week that really feels like it's a lot to you. It really is something that's weighing you down. And I feel like you're kind of up against this large obstacle. Maybe it's like this big mountain in front of you, right? And you're starting to feel that pressure. And there is a potential that it's manifesting as a fatigue, a tiredness, a drain of energy, and maybe even some soreness or back pain involved in that, right? Because I feel like it's kind of a heavy weight that's on you, all right? And I do feel like it's coming from this air sign person, again, maybe an older, feminine type of energy, and they have that quality about them with their communication. They're very very demanding. They expect things a certain way. They expect it now. So I don't know if this is happening in the workplace or if this is happening in your personal life. Unfortunately, I think it may be in your personal life and not your professional life. Mainly because we don't see any of these earth cards here. We don't see any coins, pentacles. The major arcana is not an earth energy major card. There's just a lot of fire, water, and air, really. It's pretty much all fire, water, and air. So with the fire and the air, it's very active. There's a lot of energy, a lot of focus on the external, right? There are a lot of choices, a lot of things to do, a lot of words to say, right? And then with the water energy that we see, you know, it's good water energy. It's balanced and harmonious and very, you know, very deep and loving, nurturing water energy. But I wonder if that's kind of the contrast that we see here. There's so much love involved here that you are willing to take on all of these responsibilities or take on all of these, you know, maybe unreasonable demands. But let's find out. Let's go to the recent past, this Three of Cups. Okay, so this is some good water energy. This is celebration. This is really cherishing the ones that you love. This is really, I mean, this could be representative of the holiday season, right? There are so many holidays coming at this time of year. In every culture and every system, every belief, this is kind of a celebratory time of year, right? Everyone gathers around and has, you know, a lot of food, and it's a lot of sharing of warmth and energy and love and abundance, okay? And I feel like this is maybe, you know, what this is kind of all about. It could be a lot of pressure just with the holidays coming up, you know? It could be that kind of, that's the mountain that you're staring at, right? But it's in some way related to the sharing of abundance, the sharing of energy, and the, you know, the wealth and the celebration with your loved ones, okay? And this is maybe something that hasn't quite happened yet. Usually this card's the recent past, right? And what this could be signifying is that all of this energy, all of these issues, this topic has come up recently, even though this kind of celebration or this, you know, this gathering hasn't quite happened yet. You know what I mean? So this could be something that's forthcoming, but you're starting to experience that anxiety about it right now. And, you know, again, we're not too sure exactly who this person is. I think you probably have an idea, or you know who this person is. I'm not seeing an indication whether they are, you know, an older family member, if this is like a grandparent or a parental figure, if this is a romantic partner. I don't know. But I do feel like they're kind of the one in charge, right? They're kind of the one who are setting these expectations, kind of making these demands, and it's up to you now to kind of to fulfill these. But the good news is I think it's going to all go pretty well. We have a Six of Cups here, so I think this is going to be balance, harmony, beauty. Everything's going to be perfect. Everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be in place. There's not going to be anything that's out of order. It's all going to pretty much work out, and I think that's going to lead to a lot of joy. A lot of the celebration aspect of it, I think, is really going to blossom, and it's going to be a good time all around. And now it's really just a matter of you doing a couple of things to manage this, okay? But we want to get here. We want to get to the Six of Cups. This is a really great result of all of this effort. Now, how do you overcome this Seven of Wands, this staring at this mountain in front of you? Well, first of all is with this High Priestess. This is the one card, the one major arcana card that we see, and this is down here beneath the surface, okay? This is underneath all of it. This is your faith and trust in yourself. This is your connection with your own guiding spirit, your guiding light, your intuition, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, all of these things, right? This is your connection and your reliance and your trust in this kind of energy. Okay, and this is a foundational card. This is what you rely on. This is what gives you the strength and the knowledge and the, you know, the comfort and the motivation, all of it. Okay, this is your rock. This is your foundation, this High Priestess, and this could be your spiritual practice, your meditation practice. This could be your rituals, your ceremonies. This could be just the intuitive connection that you have with the divine. Right? Whatever you want to call it, however you formulate it, however you experience it, I think it's a great source of motivation and confidence for you. It's something that you do put your trust into it. Okay, so that's the first way that you're going to get through all of this issue here, is by relying on that, trusting in that connection that you have. And the other way that you're going to get through this is just to really just hard work, right? This is the Ace of Wands. This is having that infinite energy, having that inexhaustible excitement and activity, and the enthusiasm, right? That fiery energy to just get this thing done and do it. Yeah, you're going to be tired. Yeah, you're going to be sore. It's going to be long hours. It's going to be late nights and hard days. It's going to be grueling and miserable. But you know what? You've got the energy to do it. You've got the stamina. You've got this spiritual fire to make it happen. Okay? And I think that looking at this future with this Six of Cups, this is also giving you like that ideal. This is what you're striving for. And I think you're going to attain this kind of satisfaction and joy and pleasure from this. Now, whatever this, I know we're using the analogy of, you know, like a holiday celebration, but it doesn't have to be that. It really is anything that you're being expected to do or accomplish or create it seems like it's for your loved ones, for your family in some way. Okay? And it's, you know, it's in the household, it's in your private life, and there are these expectations on you. And I think you're going to succeed. I think you're going to have a really, really nice time with it. And now this card is ruled by the sun in Scorpio. So this card is kind of your patron card for this reading. This is the card that really is, we should just put this right here and use this as the symbol for you and for your entire reading today, and for the success, the abundance, the joy, the pleasure that you're going to experience. Because this Six of Cups is really about creating this just over-the-top, just luxurious day, or this luxurious feast or celebration. And you're going to be able to enjoy it just as much as everyone else. And you're going to be very much pleased and satisfied that you accomplished this, that you were able to climb that mountain that we were looking at, and that everybody is just having a great time, and so are you. Okay, so that's really, really important to focus on. But also with this High Priestess and this Ace of Wands, these are the important elements, I think, for how you can move through this coming week, right? Or this coming season. I know this is a weekly reading, but this could be talking about some energy that is, you know, maybe just happening right now. Maybe it is for the holidays that are coming up. But this is just kind of where things stand right now. All right. And now this could change next week too. We're going to have to wait and see what next week's reading is going to be about. But we're going to move over now to the path of the Serpent. And over here we see some more fire, air, and water. It's all fire, air, and water today. And first we see this fire. This is the Prince of Wands, and this is very much related to this Ace of Wands that we see here. Just really you tapping into that infinite, inexhaustible energy, right? It's just, you've got to just dig deep and find the stamina, find the energy, find the fire to do this. And this is you in that mode. I think you already know that this is going to be, you know, like, you better get some rest now, because it's going to be a lot of work in the days to come. And I think you're already in this mindset. You already have this vibe about you where you are anxious, you're ready, you've got the energy and the stamina. Now, you still feel like this is an impossible task, like you're being asked to create such a thing that it's almost impossible, right? And you're feeling the kind of, maybe the worry of the kind of fatigue, the kind of insurmountable odds, this unclimbable mountain that you see in front of you. But I think with this Ace of Wands and with your connection to this High Priestess, you're going to have this energy. You're going to get excited. You're going to get revved up. You're going to be ready, and you're going to do the work. And this is that fiery energy, but it's in motion, right? It's doing the work. So I think you're going to have this this surge of energy and stamina and excitement. And once you get going, I think you're going to feel it more and more. And it's going to start, you know, you're going to start getting enthusiastic about it. I think it's going to really be an exciting project, whatever this thing is, which, again, it feels to me like it's going to be a holiday thing, some festivities. Maybe you'll let me know in the comments what this is, if it is the holidays, or if this is something else that you're going to start working on. All right. Now, the next card is in terms of the relationships that you have with the people involved. And I think this is especially with this heir, this Queen of Swords here. This is the Two of Swords. And I think this is just kind of the, you know, the trouble with that relationship, with that dynamic, their method of communicating with you, right? I think they always have this kind of, you know, it's always like, it's always kind of a conflict. It's always a little bit of an argument, right? Even when you're just really getting along with them, it's always a little bit of a battle, a little bit of a fight, or just a little bit of this kind of abrasive way of communicating. It's just a little bit crass almost, or is a little bit condescending perhaps, right? But we see that with the Two of Swords here, that it's always just slightly abrasive. There's always a slight conflict there, right? Maybe just a little bit of an attitude, or a little bit of a too demanding approach to the conversations, right? And I don't know why this is. Maybe this is like an older sibling. Maybe this is a parent or a grandparent that always has that kind of attitude with you, right? Even they're giving you all these demands, putting these responsibilities on you. You would think that they could do it in a little bit nicer, more gentle way, right? But that's what I'm feeling with this, with the Two of Swords in this position, because it's in the position of how you relate to this person. Okay, so I think that there's always that kind of a vibe between the two of you. And it could just, I mean, that could just be how it goes with certain family members, right? We all have relationships like that. And there's really no reason for it. It's just, you know, different generations, or, you know, whatever it is. I don't want to speculate. The next card that we have is in the position of your fears, worries, concerns. What is going to be causing you the most anxiety with all of this? Once you start with this Prince of Wands, once you start with the activity, things are rolling. You're getting jazzed up. You're getting excited. You're doing it. I think you're worried that you're going to have, you know, too many plates spinning at once. All right, this is the Seven of Swords, and this is kind of showing this central sword, this central idea, this path, this main objective, this goal that you're working toward. Then there's all these little side paths, these side swords, these little daggers, distractions, these other little plates that are spinning, these other, you know, 1,000 things that you have to do, right? So you're trying to stay on track. You're trying to stay focused and centered and goal-oriented. And there's all these other little things that keep popping up. Well, now you got to go do this. Now you got to go do that. And you're just being pulled in different directions, right? So I feel like that's kind of the concern, is that you might, the circumstances, the other people involved, whatever it is, may not facilitate you just bearing down, focusing on getting this thing done. They're going to be asking you to go in a million different directions, and you might end up with a lot of plates spinning at once, right? And it's going to be hard to keep that going. I think that's your only real obstacle, your only real concern, right? I think the insurmountable, the unclimbable mountain, I think you're going to, you know, you're going to kind of have to give up on that attitude, because you're going to be doing this, you're going to be right in the middle of it, so there's no sense in looking up and seeing how far away the summit is. Just focus on what you're doing. Eventually you'll get there, right? A little mountaineering analogy there. But I think this is the real concern, and I think that this is one of those things where you're going to have to just really tap into these two, the High Priestess and the Ace of Wands, and just find that energy, find that focus, you know, delegate, organize, stay focused the best you can. And I really think that we're going to end up with this Six of Cups. It's going to be a beautiful day. Okay. And the end of the Path of the Serpent is still another beautiful day. This is a Two of Cups, and this is kind of, you know, we went with the 3, the 6, the 2. These are all really great cup cards, and this one really is telling me that you're going to be very well rewarded for your efforts. You're going to be very well appreciated, right? It's going to be a really loving, really celebratory, appreciative, affectionate day, right? And I think you're really going to get the accolades, get the credit, get the kudos. You're really going to be shown tremendous love and appreciation for what you've done. And the key here is to allow yourself to feel that. Allow yourself to be proud of yourself, okay? Allow yourself to enjoy what you create. Enjoy whatever day, whatever this is that you're putting together. You need to enjoy it as much as everybody else does, okay? And this is the Two of Cups. This is love and appreciation and affection that's fair, that's balanced, that is receiving as much as it's giving. And so this is that self-love. This is making sure that you get to enjoy all that you've created, and it's not just for everyone else. This is for you too, okay? Now let's take a look at this confirmation card. I'm curious what this will be. If this will be an Empress, maybe this will be a Nine of Cups. You know, I feel like there's always going to be more cups in this reading, right? It's either going to be some air or some fire or some water. But we might get lucky and get something like a 9 of discs or a 10 of discs would be a really great way to finish up this whole project and this whole kind of day or these festivities or whatever this is. But I don't want to speculate too much. I mean, it could be some major arcana. But let's find out, right? Because this could go many different ways. Well, this is more of that air. This is more of that nine of swords. Now, damn it, why are we getting more swords here? I think this really is trying to focus our attention back on your relationship and your dynamic with this particular person. Who are they and why are they not being all that nice in communicating their expectations or their demands with you, right? What is going on there? What's the dynamic there where they feel that they can talk to you this way, you know? And with the Nine of Swords, I really feel like you put up with a lot from them. Like you endure a lot of their almost animosity, right? Their kind of abrasive communication. I feel like you absorb that. You just kind of, you take it and you try not to react or respond or to, you know, to give it back to them in any way, okay? And this card isn't advising anything or really telling you to do anything. It's just, I think it just wants you to be aware that there's this dynamic here with this person and to find out why that is, or more than why it is, why you're accepting it, why you take it, why you continue to allow it to happen, right? And this isn't saying that you should not allow it, that you should retaliate, or you should, you know, do anything to stop it or whatever. This is just kind of, you know, the way that you show respect to an older family member. You just kind of, you accept that this is how they are, rather than starting a fight with them. You know what I mean? This is just saying to be aware of this dynamic and try to find out within yourself why this happens to be so, or why it's something that you allow into your life. And, you know, I think we all have that one family member who is just kind of a mean person sometimes, right? And doesn't always talk to everybody in a nice way. But we don't start shit. We just kind of leave it alone. That's just how they are. And it's not, you know, it's not a huge deal. But I think in this case, we need to ask ourselves why it is this way, or why we're kind of attracting that sort of thing into our life. Okay, so I don't know if there's more going on with this relationship than what we've seen so far, but with the Nine of Swords here, it seems to me that there's a little bit more depth to this relationship than what we've been talking about already. Okay. But let's take a look in the extended version and see if we can get a little bit more insight into any of this energy that's going on. I think it's going to be a very challenging and very trying week for you, but I think it's going to be worth it. I think you're really going to have this opportunity to celebrate and indulge and enjoy your friends and family and really feel good about it. Feel good that you did this, right? That you created this. And I think everybody around you is going to feel the love, and they're going to be, you know, expressing their love and appreciation for you. I think it's really going to be, as we started out with this Three of Cups, I think it's going to be a real celebration. Okay. Now, Scorpio, you can become a member to this channel by clicking on the link down in the description box or hitting the join button on the channel page there. And I encourage you to do that. It's a great way to support the channel. It's only, I think, $4.99 a month to have access to all of the extended readings. Now, my extended readings are sometimes longer than, even the free readings that you get on other tarot channels. Okay, now I'm not bragging. I don't like talking about the other tarot channels on YouTube because, as far as I'm concerned, this is the only one. All right, but our extendeds tend to go long. Our main videos tend to go long. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot I want to tell you. Okay, so we're saving a little bit for the extended because these videos are already getting super long. So we do 5 or 10 minutes, sometimes more, in the extended. Okay, it's a great way to support the channel, but please at least hit the like button. You know, share this video on your social media and subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to get notified when we put out new videos. I try to keep to the same schedule every week. Sometimes it fluctuates. Sometimes I have a lot of other stuff going on and I'm spinning too many plates myself. So I can't always get to the videos on their day, but I'm trying my best, all right? But definitely subscribe, and that way you can just get the notification when your video comes out, and we'll see you back here next week. Now, this was for November 27th through December 3rd, your weekly tarot reading on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Thank you.